list of how it is expressed, exposed, and expanded. And it's extremely important. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have to call in a couple of times to get through. But, you know, we talk about this all the time because everybody goes through different obstacles. But it all comes down to being able to understand that if you can put a for what behind it, that's not your goal. And what I mean by that is if you can say that your goal is to make money and you put, or I make the statement of for what, then that is, and then if you can answer that statement, then that's not your goal. That's why you're not able to move forward, because you have not drilled down to the specifics or the specific motivated abilities pattern or picture. Because these patterns come from picture, and the patterns give us power. So if you can put a for what behind it, then that's not it. So, for example, if you say that you want to become wealthy, and again, this is a very, very short show today. I'm getting ready to go on the road, but I did want to drop this nugget in everybody's lap, as I said at the beginning of the show. Everybody, you know, when I say, okay, if your goal is to be a millionaire, and I say for what, and you say so that way I can take care of my family, then your goal is not to be a millionaire. Your goal is to take care of your family. So stick-to-itiveness comes from the ability to drill down to find that touch tone that is talked about inside of the book, Wishcraft, not witch, but W-I-S-H, wish, and then the word craft, C-R-A-F-T. That was a book that I read many, many years ago that really, really assisted me. It's written by Barbara Shear, S-H-E-R. And it talks about being able to really understand how to get what you really, really want. And the problem is that most people are not really clear on what it is that they really, 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 really want. And so because you're not clear, the universe doesn't draw you near. And so it's the ability for you to get clear. That is what gives you bulldog tenacity. I was talking with my daughter Sade earlier this morning, and I was explaining to her, you know, you have to work a lot harder as an entrepreneur today than you did back in the before COVID-19 to get the same amount of money. So wishcraft is the ability to manifest. It's the magic behind manifestation. Manifestation is just stick-to-itiveness. Stick-to-itiveness is just bulldog tenacity. Bulldog tenacity is just perseverance. And perseverance is this ability to stick to it. Regardless of what obstacles come in your way, you just have predetermined that you are going to figure it out, because the determination and the perseverance, despite difficulties, some people can call this stubbornness. And remember, as I talked about before, the one gift that I have is stubbornness. But stubbornness comes from the ability for me to identify, again, my true core touch tone. It's the thing that when I touch, it activates my tone, my T-O-N-E. And remember, it's the tone in your voice that determines the speed of your choice. When you lose your tone, then you don't have no speed. You lose your momentum. Everything in life is about maintaining your momentum. When you find out that you've lost your momentum, how do you get your momentum back? You get your momentum back by simply saying, if I can put a for what behind your destination, your purpose, your mission, the reason you woke up this morning, then you can be manipulated, because you don't have crystal clear clarity of what your touch tone is. So my touch tone, when I say 1K a day, is how I play. Your question should be, Doc, why do you want 1K a day? Well, I want 1K a day because, okay, when you say why do you want, what is it for? For what? So you have to keep going until when you say for what, there's no other answer. If you ask me why do I want 1K a day, for what? I want 1K a day so because it gives me peace of mind. For what? Because that's how I shine. Okay, so 1K a day is not the goal. Well, what's the goal? Peace of mind. So 1K a day gives me peace of mind. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm not pursuing $1,000 a day. I'm pursuing peace of mind. And whatever gives me that peace of mind, that's what I'm willing to do. That's legal. That's why I have sticktoitiveness. So if you ask me, Doc, why do you do the rotation diet? Or why do you exercise? For what? I exercise because that's my zen place. Well, what do I mean? For what? Because when I exercise, it's a way for me to sort out my problems. Exercise for me is what some people call meditation. Some people call, sun gazing. Some people call earthing. Some people call yoga. Some people call it the Wim Hof breathing technique. So exercise is my technique. For what? Because it gives me peace of mind. It gives me the ability just to process. It clears my mind from clutter. So my goal in life is not exercise. So if you can't do that with each one of your goals until you get to the place where, what do I want peace of mind? For what? So I ask myself, for what every day? Which gives me an advantage over everybody else. So nobody or very few people, nobody can stop me because I know for what. I know my for what. And every time I run into people who quit, they don't have a for what. They don't know why. They don't have a why. They don't have a big enough why. Yeah, that's it. You have a why, it's not big enough. If you exercise and you don't know why you exercise, boo-boo, you're gonna quit. If you got a job and you don't know why, that's why I went through so many jobs. I had a job because I thought I needed money. For what? To take care of my family. For what? I'm a 6. For what? I'm designed by God. For what? To be responsible, to be a caregiver, to be a nurturer, to be a family man. For what? That's my purpose on this earth. So a job is the reason. That's not why I go to work every day. I go to work because I'm a 6. That's my tone. So if you don't know your tone, if you don't know your touch tone, you're in trouble. You better go get another job because you're going to quit that one because you're going to talk your way out of it. You do not have stick-to-itiveness. So if I'm in a relationship, and I am, if I'm married, then you should ask me, for what? Well, I'm married because I want company. For what? Well, I don't like being by myself. And I like companionship. For what? Because I'm designed by God, by the universe, because we are what we call social creatures. So that's the reason I'm married. It's not for other things. So the difference between what I do every day and what everybody else do is I have a bigger why. That is it. That's today's message. Short and sweet. So, in conclusion, we're getting ready to go on the road, take the wife to go fishing. And you should ask me the same thing that I just said. When I ask the wife, for what? Like, why do you want to go fishing? You know what the wife tells me? She says that's her mental health environment. For what? Because she has a lot on her plate that pulls a lot of energy out of her body. And if you are a woman and you have a husband and you have children and you have a job and you have parents and you are involved in the church and you take your children to all of their little events and you cook for your man and you clean your house and you vacuum the carpet and you go to Sam's groceries or your local grocery store and you do all of this shit. For what? because you are designed by God to nurture. So once you have a big enough for what, that's called why, guess what? When you know your why, that's how you fly. Every day when I think about quitting, I remind myself why. Why is $1K a day how I play? Why is $1,000 a day? For what? What is that? What am I going to do with $1,000 a day? For what? Because it allows me to play. Meaning, I can pay off all my bills. I can go on vacation. I have money left over in case an emergency comes up. If one of my kids, like when my son kids called me and say, "Hey, Dad, I got me a new spot. You know what? But I don't have a wash and dryer, and I can't have a regular one because I live in an apartment. It has to be at a stackable." So, as a father, I like being in a position to be able to help my son. That's the for what. That's the why. When you got a big enough why, you can't help but fly. Because guess what happens? The brain will find a solution. That's why I don't worry. Right now, as I told you guys before, and like I told you guys at the beginning of this message, when I was talking with my daughter Sade earlier this morning, and we both are realizing that the market, and this shit is crazy. Something has to give. This can't keep up. You got to work. I have to work a lot harder to make the same $1,000 that used to come a lot easier. So I have to put in the same amount of energy and effort to make $100 that I used to put in to make 1,000. And all business owners know this. Everything is going up, and your salary is either going down or staying the same. So you have to start now to figure this shit out. And you have to be able to change on the dime because the market is changing. But you got to wake up every day, never stop, never quit. It's not an option. Why? Because you have the for what. Remember, brothers and sisters, make your goal, and then after you make your goal, my goal is $1,000 a day. As soon as I make my goal, the next thing I say, if your goal is to drop, like, remember I just went through the whole 30 pounds in 30 days. I dropped 30 pounds. For what? You should immediately say, everybody should get a t-shirt that says, for what? So anytime somebody tells me, hey, man, I want to start a business, for what? I want to run a marathon, for what? I want to buy me a new car, for what? I want to get a divorce, for what? I want to get married, for what? I want to go buy a dog, for what? The moment you ask the person that, watch as their eyes glaze over, because most people can't answer that question, especially young people. So you're going to get your brand new, you're going to go out and buy you some $300 Air Jordans. For what? They can't answer. You want to get your nose pierced. For what? You want to get a tattoo. For what? You want to go out, there's a young couple that we know just went out and bought a dog. And I'm thinking, shit, they got to take care of themselves. What the hell are they going to do with a dog? So if I was giving that young couple advice, I put my head, yo, young buck, for what? Why are you going to buy a dog? That's more money. You know what a vet bill is on the dog? Well, we got a dog. We recently paid, I think it was like $600 maybe for shots and all of this other stuff. Fur, clipping nails and stuff. It's just expensive, if you want to use that term. So before you do anything, you have to find the for what, because that is the why. Once you establish the why, then you can fly. See, it is the touch tone. That's what they call it in psychology. So I have a tone that can't be touched. My tone, that's my frequency, that's my wave, that's my verb, that's my vibration. And in physics, according to the universe, if your tone is the same as source, then you are untouchable, meaning that what you are doing is guaranteed to work. See, I don't start jack shizness unless I know I can win. The difference between me and most people, I don't go after people say, oh, you know, you do this. Not me. Hell no. I only pursue my highest aspirations. Why? I'm guaranteed to win. Why? I ain't quitting. So it's either death or destiny. So it's real simple for me. Now, remember when I was younger, dumber, stupider, I just went after shit that became available. I don't do that anymore. So my success is guaranteed. Why? I have stick-to-itiveness. Why? I'm in line with my design. So any woman that's in line with her design is guaranteed to shine. So ladies, you got all this shit on your plate. You're a woman, number one. That shit's that like y'all ladies, I think like all of these guys who want to be women, ladies, I don't know why like women like really accept gay. I was telling the wife this other night. Women accept gay guys in and all stuff. You should ask the Negroes do they have cycles. So it's like all of these dudes that want to be women, it's amazing. Like the first requirement, if you want to be part of this LGBT shit and all this other stuff, you should have a cycle. I don't know what women y'all changed during that time. Like it's crazy. Now y'all ladies, am I lying? Y'all know this. So this ain't nothing new. So if I was so all of these wannabe women, now yeah, they put on the makeup, they put on the fake chi-chis, they do all the hair and all of this stuff. None of these Negroes that wannabe women have cycles though. So they get off easy. They don't have to take care of children. They ain't got to cook. They ain't got to clean. They ain't got to live with a Negro like me, who's got all of these expectations and all of this other stuff. You know, like I take my hat off. I've been saying this for years. This ain't nothing new. I mean, I thank God I'm not a woman. I don't know how y'all do it. Women, y'all got a lot. Y'all have a lot. I look at my, you know, I look at the wife. I look at my daughter Sade. I look at my daughter Sheree. I look at what they do, and I watch my mom with 13 kids by herself struggle. Like it's not easy. So why? So women, you know why? I do too, but that's why y'all do it. Because y'all are nurturers. Y'all are caregivers. You're designed by God to do that. That's why. Same thing in business. Same thing in working out. Same thing with your studies. You have to have a big enough why. And it can't be made up. So in other words, there's no reason I have not heard a good enough why. People ask me all the time. So when I was in the military, everybody in the military got tattoos when I was in. Everybody. And everybody actually, first thing I asked them, they say, hey man, I'm going to go get a tattoo. But I would ask them, why? And to this date, I have not heard a good enough why. Otherwise, I will go get a tattoo right now. If you can give me a big enough why, I'll go get a tattoo. I just have never heard in my 60 years on the planet, I've never heard a Negro tell me why. And the next question is what? Like, what you going to put on there? I've never heard, oh, I'm going to put my mama's name on there. Why? Shit, you know your mama's name. Don't nobody care about your mama but you. Why would you put your mama's name? I'm going to put my little insurance name on there. Why? So nobody can tell me why. That's why I ain't got no tattoos. See, life is real easy when you get rid of the smoke and mirrors. And if you cannot answer why, you cannot fly. That's why a lot of people don't do what I do. And the reason why, because they can't tell me for what. So you get ready to do something. For what? When you make a goal, right underneath your goal, my goal, 1K a day. That's how I put it. For what? How much time y'all got? So I got bills, bro. I got kids. I got dreams. I got goals. I like nice stuff. I like to look good. I like to drive nice cars. So when my brain wants to quit, it's easy for me. When I don't feel like working out, I say, Doc, why do you work out, bro? For what? Again, how much time you got? So brothers and sisters, if you can give yourself, you got to pick a fight with yourself. Like I said this morning. Y'all don't pick a fight with me. Shit, pick a fight with yourself. That means challenge yourself. Motivate yourself. Find out your why. Once you find out your why, you're guaranteed to fly. In order for you to have stick-to-itiveness, in order for you to be stubborn, stubborn is a great attribute. One of my greatest gifts. When I was a kid, I was stubborn as hell. Still am. That just simply means if I make up my mind to do something, it's done. Because I have a good reason why. So whatever your reason why is, as long as that shit makes sense to you. Because if you really want to fly, you got to have a big enough why. All right, brothers and sisters, love you, appreciate you. We'll see you guys later on tonight. God bless.